Should your starter home be your forever home? We get this a lot. First-time home buyers come to us, they feel a pressure to make the right decision for their entire life and home ownership goals, and that they have to nail the forever home as their starter home. This is not true, so go ahead and take that pressure off yourself. I'm Chris Mullenberg, founder of the Mullenberg Team at eXp Realty, and we help a lot of first-time home buyers realize that they can live in an awesome home that they love, in a community that they love, they can grow in, but it doesn't have to be their forever home. They actually make their wealth in real estate when they do their move up, because they've built equity in their starter home, and they now get to realize that equity and future gains and appreciation in the move up home, which is typically the dream home. That's more of the forever home. If they're gonna build a family, it's usually that second or third home. So go ahead and take your pressure off. Your starter home often is your 3 to 5 year, get your foot in the door, get in the market, stop paying rent, right? Number one is a starter home keeps it affordable. You don't have to go spend $800,000 or $1 million on your starter home. You can come into the entry-level price points, get into a nice starter home, either single family or a condo or townhome, keep that monthly payment manageable. And the second benefit is that you get to build equity. Lots of times this includes sweat equity. So if you have handy skills, or even if you're hiring it out, the things you do to your starter home just to tune it up and facelift it over time mean that you get to build that sweat equity when you're ready to sell in 3, 5, or 7 years to move up to your second home. You've built sometimes 6 figures in additional equity, like a lot of our client friends have done here in Northern Colorado over the last decade. Another great thing about a starter home being 3 to 5 years is that it's more flexible with your life stages. Typically, an entry-level price point home is a little bit easier to sell if you had to sell, right? Lots of us getting started in life and career, we may not know where we're gonna be in 3 years or 5 years. You know, you might get a job transfer, you might get an opportunity, you might start building your family and need to move back closer to family somewhere else in the world. So staying flexible is key, and not locking yourself into an asset or a home that's either 1, hard to sell, or 2, hard to rent, right? If you have too nice a home, sometimes it's harder to rent that or sell it when the time comes. So when you're in a starter home, you've got a lot of flexibility. They're usually great rental properties that can cover your mortgage payment with rent. It's also a nice entry-level point for the next home buyer who comes along. You'll typically have a nice deep pool of buyers for that home that you've now spruced up a bit. It's cute. We will help you buy in a location that's always going to be desirable. That's always a key when buying your starter home. Is it doesn't have to be the prettiest home on the block, but it has to be in a good location that, 1, you feel good living in, and 2, is desirable when the time comes to sell or rent. You're gonna have a lot of people clamoring for that. So if you've given a thought to getting into your starter home, but you felt all this pressure that I'm talking about, hey, reach out to us, because it's not like you're committing yourself to a huge debt burden, or 10 or 20 or 30 years of home ownership. It's just simply getting your foot in the door, being a homeowner. The statistics around home ownership and wealth building are unreal. The amount of wealth built by homeowners compared to renters. So definitely get out of the rental game. Let's talk. We can run a side-by-side number scenario on what it looks like to buy your first starter home, and what that looks like over 3 to 5 years, how much wealth you can build. Look forward to chatting with you, seeing your dreams come true.